They're banning TikTok. If you didn't know already, today TikTok is going to be banned in the United States of America. At the time of recording this video. Literally, I've recorded this 3 times now, and every day there's a new information that comes out that says it might or might not get banned. I've been trying to make this video for 5 days. Help me. The ban actually started in April of 2024 when Joe Biden signed a bipartisan bill presented by Congress to force the sale of TikTok's US assets from ByteDance, a Chinese-owned company, to an American-owned company, like any American-owned company. They weren't picky on that part. They just said, we don't want China owning it. This isn't the first time that TikTok's been under threat of being banned in America. In July of 2020, Donald Trump did say that he was expressing interest or curiosity in banning the application. And then in August, he straight up just tried to do it. After that, there was a few years within Biden's presidency where there was on and off debates on whether we should ban TikTok for national security reasons. There's that famous hearing with the CEO of TikTok where Tom Cotton asks him probably 40 times if he's Chinese.
You said today, as you often say, that you live in Singapore. Of what nation are you a citizen?
Singapore.
Are you a citizen of any other nation?
No, Senator.
Have you ever applied for Chinese citizenship?
Senator, I served my nation in Singapore. No, I did not.
Do you have a Singaporean passport?
Yes, and I served my military for two and a half years in Singapore.
Do you have any other passports from any other nations?
No, sir.
Your wife is an American citizen. Your children are American citizens.
That's correct.
Have you ever applied for American citizenship?
No, not yet.
Have you ever been a member of the Chinese Communist Party?
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
Have you ever been associated or affiliated with the Chinese Communist Party?
No, Senator. Again, I'm Singaporean.
And that's kind of how we got here, like the bullet points version. But there's also other smaller details, like why the ban in 2020 had no traction, but the ban that's essentially the exact same ban today has traction and is going through. The Supreme Court of the United States literally voted 9-0 favor of banning TikTok. It's happening. As far as I can tell, it's happening. What's also insane to me is that this bill was even passed at all. Currently, the United States has the most unproductive Senate in the last 20 years of the country's history. They've only signed like 150 bills in the past 2 years compared to the average of like 350 to 400. So the only laws they've passed have been money to Israel, money to Ukraine, ban TikTok. So it's kind of insane that this bill actually made it through Congress at all. And the fact that it made it through with a bipartisan, overwhelming majority. Both sides stopped punching each other in the face and said, wait, ban TikTok, and then kept fighting again. It was like, I'm literally reading, like, I wrote down some fucking stats yesterday. Another thing I want to talk about briefly is the misconceptions and lies the United States government has straight up said about why they're banning this app. The United States government claims that they're banning this app for national security reasons and to prevent the Chinese government from stealing Americans' data, as if like American companies don't already do this. It already happens. The only concern here is that it's China doing it and not the United States doing it. And I'm Canadian, so I know that the United States and China already have all my data. There's no protecting us from that here. I don't really care which country has my data, I just care which country can give me a better app to doom scroll on for 4 hours. Another valid point I would like to make is China doesn't need TikTok to spy on you. I don't believe the US government is concerned about TikTok being the thing that China is using to spy on you. China has fucking satellites. China can tap your phones. There's so many like federal US officials that have already stated that Chinese espionage campaigns are already active in the United States. Literally just your cell service provider didn't build good enough infrastructure. Like the United States like telecommunications infrastructure is garbage. It's insane how like easy it would be for like another nation to spy on you. Your infrastructure sucks. China does not need TikTok to steal your data. China can just send a dude to log into like a public library's Wi-Fi. This would be a great VPN sponsor segue. I don't have a sponsor, I just wanted to say that. China can just send a dude to like the local library's Wi-Fi, log in, and steal your data. They don't need TikTok to steal your data. The concerns that they have about national security are correct, But TikTok is not the thing they should be worried about. It's their own infrastructure. That's where they should be worried about Chinese infiltration, not through the little Dancey Dance app. In late 2023, after the October 7 attacks and the current conflict, genocide. There was a large push on TikTok for points of view from both sides. TikTok doesn't have like the same content regulation as others platforms do. So you saw a very large increase in pro-Palestinian content that the algorithm was actually promoting, which is something almost unseen when it comes to like Middle Eastern conflicts or conflicts that like social media doesn't let you just have unfiltered access to what's going on in the rest of the world, as well as TikTok does. You could open your phone after October 7th and see videos of kids getting bombed. You could see from the other side as well. You could open your phone after October 7th and see Israelis getting kidnapped. And due to the fact that there was a large pro-Palestinian viewpoint being expressed on TikTok, Mike Gallagher, the same guy who wrote this bill, literally described it as rampant pro-Hamas propaganda. I had to make sure that was right, sorry. No, literally, Representative Mike Gallagher just decried rampant pro-Hamas propaganda on the app in his push for a ban. That's insane. I would say that's the main thing that's changed since 2020 and now, that the conflict in Gaza is happening and that there's so much pro-Palestinian sentiment that might be scaring a lot of lobbyists that are in support of Israel or politicians that are in support of Israel. So banning TikTok could be a way to kind of squell the sentiment a little bit, considering it's like the only app where there is that much pro-Palestinian sentiment on it. Around the early parts of 2024 is when student walkout protests started happening in the United States and around the world. Legacy media was losing their minds when it was happening. People on like Fox News commentators were straight up saying we should pick up and ship students to Gaza. Every single congressperson was like vilifying students and kids that just didn't want their tuition money going to fund a genocide. I'm not even gonna bring up evidence for this because I think we all know that if TikTok did not exist, we would not have been able to organize those protests so quickly. The organization of those protests happened almost overnight. There's videos of the students occupying Heinz Hall going viral every night. Macklemore wrote a song about it. That was insane. This whole kind of like movement happening overnight, going viral on TikTok, really pissed off a lot of old ass Republican congresspeople. A lot of congresspeople on both sides of the aisle, because if there's one thing the United States Congress agrees on, it's support for Israel. If Joe Biden is like, I want to do genocide, and Trump's like, I'm going to do genocide better than you. The thing about these protests is that they were anti-America too. They were very, very thorough about the fact that they did not like American investment into Israel. They did not like their universities sending money to Israel. They did not like what Israel was doing. They did not like what the United States was doing. There was a lot of anti-American sentiment being viral on an app. And then a month later, a congressperson who has previously criticized TikTok, saying that it is a pro-Hamas propaganda site, brings and pushes forward a bill to ban TikTok. At the same time that every single congressperson is freaking out. I think that's where this unity came from. Every congressperson loves sending money to Israel. I'm kind of yapping a little bit right now, but the point I'm trying to make is TikTok is a valuable tool for youth to quickly communicate, quickly get trends going viral, and quickly apply political pressure for political movements. That is the main reason why I believe it is being banned. It's so easy to post a video telling your friends to go out and occupy a campus. It's so easy to show a video telling people how to make barricades. So easy showing people proper tactics to fight police in the streets. It is a platform that is invaluable to an American youth who might be in the process of getting politically radicalized to have anti-American sentiment. That is fact. A platform like TikTok is invaluable to us, the youth who want change. It is invaluable to us. So removing that tool of communication, What do we have left? I don't want to make the claim that this is fascism, because it isn't. Every country in the world bans apps. The world is just generally going more right. And a ban of TikTok is just another step in that sort of move. To sum up everything, TikTok being banned is not good for the world. It is not good for the youth who might want change. It is not good for progressives. It is not good for democracy. But it's really good for Elon Musk.
天上太阳红呀红彤彤哎，心中